Alright, so first we're going to cover inventory space. So I'm going to be a little different than you guys because I've been playing for a while, but as you start, you're only going to have a small portion of your inventory to use. So first we're going to talk about tactical rigs. A lot of these tactical rigs take up less space than they actually give. For instance, this AB rig right here, it's 16 slots, but if you open it up, you can see that it actually holds 25 slots, which is going to be a lot more space. So I can throw a bunch of stuff in here and it'll be less space in my actual inventory. Another thing is that backpack stack. So if you come down here, you can see my backpack right here. If you open it up, you can see another backpack, and you open it up, you see another backpack until eventually you get to the end of my backpacks. And why don't I put a black rock in here to save space? Why don't I put two if it actually fit? The reason why is because next time I get a backpack in raid, I'm not actually going to be able to just throw it in. I'm going to have to take out the black rock, put everything in, and it just gets a lot more complicated. So you only want to stack backpacks inside of each other. Another reason why you don't want to stack a black rock inside of a backpack, inside of your backpack stash, is because let's say this black rock's full of stuff. Let's just grab something that actually is full. So for instance, this right here, it has all my face covers as well as my eyewear. If I throw that in there and then I exit out of all these and I want to put on eyewear, now instead of just clicking on the AB belt that had it in there, I'm gonna have to go down to my backpack and get all the way through every single one of these to then get to those items. Another big reason why you don't want to do that is that you're gonna forget about stuff. If you put or let's just say you put your magazines in there because you don't have a mag case, you're gonna forget about those items. I like to store all my cases and stuff at the bottom, and then whenever I get new items, I can just take them off my body. For instance, let's say all this stuff that I have on right now is stuff I just came out of a raid. I can just hold down control and take everything off, and then I can go through and sell all the stuff I don't want, and the stuff I actually do want to keep I'll drag down and bring it down to my other stash. And then I'm going to have a clean inventory instead of having a bunch of stuff you don't want. Let's say you don't have a lot of space in your inventory and you want to buy a gun or something like that, and you just don't have enough space to actually buy that gun. One thing you can do is just load yourself out for the next run. So for instance, okay, well, I'm gonna grab this Triton. I'm gonna go down and grab some good armor. I'm not gonna use that big of an armor. We'll just grab a paragraph, for instance. Grab my helmet, my Red Rebel, headgear. Let's do some eyes and some face covering, and a backpack, which the backpack isn't going to save any space because it is inside of another backpack. So, but you can still do that. And now, if you still don't have enough space, you can technically do that. But the big thing is after you start buying stuff, you're going to have to do like this Tetris thing to get everything back and forth. But that's how I would save some space to actually buy guns and stuff like that. These tactical rigs that are out right now, you can use them for storage. So for instance, I use mine for holding my glasses and holding my headgear. Some of them holds different gun parts and stuff that I want to keep. But for the most part, I keep them empty, just so I can throw them on real quick and go into a raid instead of throwing something on like this. If I wanted to throw this on, and now whenever I go into the raid, before I can go in, I have to empty out everything. And then whenever I get back from a raid, I'm gonna have to put everything back. Another small pro tip is that instead of dragging into these slots, you can actually drag right here, and it'll make it where it goes to the next available slot. So if you're trying to loot quickly, you can utilize that on other people's bodies, and it'll kind of fit everything together. There is a new feature where you can sort things. So this auto sort button right here, You can press yes, and then you can sort things. The big thing about that is you can get rid of the stuff that you know you don't need. So if I knew I didn't need these GM counters, I can just sort it and then grab all the GM counters. And then I can resort it again. And now they're gone. And you can do that for other stuff too.